Cameron Diaz drops by. NBC Tonight.
Fios is not cable. We're wired differently. We guarantee to make switching easier. We'll show up on time.
You're right on time.
As promised, to install Fios and set up the Wi-Fi that Janet, Jamie, Jenny, Gemma, and Jasmine need on their birthday.
Thank you.
For all their new devices.
You can't break me.
You want a piece of cake?
Our Switcher's Guarantee makes it easy to get 100 meg internet plus TV and phone for just $69.99 per month online. Cable can't offer these speeds at this price. Only Fios can.
Thank you for dining with us. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much.
Whoa. I got this. Just gotta reach the check. Almost there.
I can't reach it.
If you have alligator arms, you avoid picking up the check.
What?
That's what you do.
I got this.
Thanks, Dennis.
If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Oh, that is good crispy duck.
Live from Studio 3C in Rockefeller Center, this is News 4 New York.
Prayer in numbers, a community pulling together for a grandmother and her neighbor tonight hit by stray bullets in Brooklyn. Then,
a motorcycle rider evades police at a wild pursuit. What he is now saying after an internet post led officers to his front door. But first.
Y'all ready for this?
a massive crowd at a rally on Long Island tonight for Donald Trump. Supporters inside, angry protesters outside. Good evening, I'm Chuck Scarborough.
And I'm Sibila Vargas. More on those stories in a moment, but first, the weather.
Well, most of tomorrow could be a washout. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Janice Huff is tracking rain that will soon be falling. Janice?
That's right, Chuck. That rain is moving in pretty fast, coming in from the west. The leading edge of the light rain showers will be here in the morning. The heavier rain showers, for the most part, come in the afternoon. And warm temperatures. It's too bad we can't really enjoy it because clouds will be in the area and the rain showers will be around too. You'll notice maybe if you're up early in the morning, the temperatures will be warm already into the 50s. So we're expecting rising temperatures overnight. 50s by 9 a.m. There will be some heavy showers, spotty showers, mainly along the coastal areas. Then by 2 o'clock, we'll start to see the heaviest showers with possible thunderstorms coming through from the west. Temperatures continue to warm up near 60 in South Brunswick by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 54 in the city. By 5 o'clock, most of it is moving to the north and east and out of the area. We'll still have 50-degree temperatures around, but then the cooler air will slowly move in by Friday morning, and then we're back to 30s and 40s going into the weekend. So get your rain gear ready, especially if you're leaving early in the morning, not coming back until late. You'll need it. Might even get some rumbles of thunder out of this too, and very gusty winds. I'll talk more about that as well as how much rain we're expecting in the forecast in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Janice, thank you. In Brooklyn tonight, people are fed up and fighting back after a grandmother and her neighbor were struck by stray bullets.
News 4's Michael George is live in East Flatbush, where a community is banding together to end the violence. Michael?
Well, Sibila, Loretta Pierre is 61. She's a grandmother, and she was just making dinner for her family when she heard a commotion on the street. She walked over to her window right there on the second floor, and that's when she took a stray bullet to the eye. A bullet hole on the second floor marks the spot where 61-year-old Loretta Pierre, a grandmother, was shot while making dinner in her own home. Her son Josh told us the injury is severe.
We're just working to make sure that she can keep vision in her eye. We're working to get her out of critical care.
Police say a fight broke out on this East Flatbush street Monday afternoon. Loretta and a neighbor looked out the window. Bullets started flying. The 47-year-old neighbor was grazed in the head. Loretta took a bullet right above her right eye. She's still dealing with the idea of, like, you know, why did this happen to me? She's still asking herself that. And she took a bullet for something that she don't know nothing about, but she thought she was safe in her house. If people sound angry, it's because they are. Members of the community held a rally to speak out against the gun violence.
I don't understand how it's gangster when you can't even shoot straight and spraying up the whole block and somebody's mother is getting shot. Police tell us the shooter was caught, but for Loretta's son Josh, who's a district leader in this community, the damage is done. They won't feel safe anymore, not even in their own home. For something like this to happen, it's going to change, you know, it's going to change her outlook on life. It's going to change how she views things. It's going to change the way she feels about where she lives.
And that grandmother, Loretta, has already gone through 3 surgeries. Doctors right now trying to figure out if she may need more. As for that other innocent bystander, he's also listed in stable condition. We're live in East Flatbush. Michael George, News 4 New York.
All right, Michael, thanks so much. And now to Decision 2016. Just a day after losing the Wisconsin primary, Donald Trump returned home to his New York roots, delivering a message he says will put him in the White House.
And greeting the Republican frontrunner on Long Island tonight, a raucous crowd of cheering supporters and protesters who want him just to go away.
News 4's Ray Vieta is live in Bethpage with the story. Ray?
Sibila and Chuck, supporters lined up and down this street to get into Grumman's studio. Thousands seeped in, and with them, so did some protesters. In fact, there was a fight that resulted in 2 arrests. All of this in Donald Trump's first home state rally here in New York. Outside the Donald Trump rally on Long Island, a clash of ideas. On one side, Trump supporters, and on the other, Trump's protesters. Meanwhile, inside Grumman's studios, the chants filled the large venue. Thousands holding signs and supporting Donald Trump's beliefs.
I want the wall built. I like illegal aliens can come, but they need to come legally.
Bringing back our economy, bringing back jobs.
So I think he's correct that if you don't have secured borders, you wouldn't have a country.
Y'all ready for this?
His first home state large-scale rally comes on the heels of a loss to Senator Ted Cruz in the Wisconsin Republican primary. Tonight, Trump simply bashed Cruz and that senator's trip to New York taking place earlier in the day.
You know, lying Ted Cruz came today. He couldn't draw 100 people. Talking about New York values with scorn in his face, with hatred.
Cruz met with community leaders in the Bronx and called last night's win a turning point in the race for the Republican nomination.
The people of New York know exactly what those values are. They're the values of liberal Democratic politicians.
But for the estimated 10,000 in attendance, the Wisconsin win is a bump in the road, a road they believe will lead Donald Trump to the White House.
I think everybody's interested in him. I think that he represents, you know, what a lot of people are excited about.
Here in New York, Donald Trump is way ahead of Ted Cruz in the latest polls by a double-digit lead. Tonight, Governor John Kasich took a break from the campaign trail. Instead, he delivered the State of the State in Ohio, his home state. He's expected in New York and Brooklyn tomorrow for a Veterans Town Hall. We're live in Bethpage tonight. I'm Ray Vieta, News 4 New York.
Well, Ray, thank you. Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders head to New York tomorrow, both claiming a home state advantage here. Clinton seeking a boost as a former U.S. Senator from New York. Sanders touting the fact that he was born and raised in Brooklyn. And he's coming off a double-digit win in Wisconsin last night, giving him victories in 6 of the last 7 state contests. Clinton unleashed a new round of attacks against Sanders today, criticizing him for not being able to explain in an interview with the Daily News how he'd break up the big banks.
And, you know, that means you can't really help people if you don't know how to do what you are campaigning on saying you want to do.
So Sanders also came under fire for saying during that same interview that the Sandy Hook family should not be able to sue gun manufacturers.
There have been calls for you to apologize to the victims of the Sandy Hook families.
Yeah. Well, I would say that I am not happy about seeing a tragedy of that enormity being politicized.
Well, even after beating Clinton in Wisconsin by 14 points, Sanders only bagged 10 additional delegates. Clinton needs only 33% of the remaining delegates to win the nomination. Stay with NBC News for everything Decision 2016. Our coverage of the candidates continues on air, online, and on the go. Download the NBC4 New York app.
New tonight, a 14-year-old boy is recovering after being slashed at a subway station. This happened near the token booth at the Ralph Avenue and Fulton train station in Brooklyn. The boy is at Kings County Hospital in serious condition. Sources say the boy knew the person who cut him. No arrests have been made. And a fire ripped through an apartment building in Mount Vernon this evening. Officials tell us that there were tense moments when a family became trapped on the fire escape. Firefighters managed to rescue them. No one was hurt. It's not clear yet how the fire started.
Several parents, along with a pro-charter school group, filed a lawsuit against the city's Department of Education. They claim officials aren't doing enough to curb school violence, depriving students of their right to a public education. They want a judge to require the department to come up with new rules and enforce them. The DOE says it has a comprehensive program in place to address bullying and violence.
Happening now, part of the Henry Hudson Parkway is closed tonight for emergency repairs to an unstable retaining wall. The Department of Transportation is closing all northbound lanes except for one from 110th Street to 127th Street. The lanes will be closed from 10 p.m. until 7 a.m. tonight and tomorrow night. They'll also close again Saturday and Sunday morning.
Coming up on News 4 New York, it is the site of one of the most horrific school shootings in U.S. history. Wait until you hear what a teacher in Newtown, Connecticut brought to class that got him hauled away by the police.
Then a dangerous ride, how this motorcycle rider got caught after evading police, and what he's saying about his run from the law.
And a despicable crime, a wheelchair stolen from a disabled boy. Tonight, what the mother is saying about the thieves.
On Today in New York, get up to date.
The NYPD is the subject of a wide-ranging corruption probe.
Up to speed.
We are going to see some clouds push on in as the day progresses.
Up to the minute you're up with Today in New York. Tomorrow starting at 4:30 a.m.
There is one place that you can count on to help you save time, save money. ShopRite.
In-store or online, assorted Entenmann's treats on sale half price. At ShopRite, we're all about food. We're all about savings. We're all about you.
Did you ever think that as quick as you could ask a question, you could get an answer? Or that we could go somewhere in a car and no one would need to drive it? Or that with a limb made in a 3D printer, a soldier can continue to serve his country? Think about the incredible things we've been able to do. Now think about what we need to do. We need to cure cancer. Perlmutter Cancer Center at NYU Langone has assembled an extraordinary team of doctors and researchers who are developing new treatments and clinical trials for our patients. We believe we can cure cancer, and we can cure it in our lifetime.
A teacher faces charges tonight, accused of bringing a gun to a school in Newtown, Connecticut. Authorities say security staff at Newtown Middle School detained Jason Adams after another employee saw that weapon concealed under his clothing. He has a valid gun permit, but state law forbids firearms on school property. The school is just miles from the site of the deadly massacre in 2012 at Sandy Hook Elementary.
A motorcyclist who recorded this dangerous ride while fleeing a traffic stop has been caught. Investigators tracked him down after finding the video posted online. Now he's talking. News 4's Brian Thompson has more from Pequannock, New Jersey.
Imagine riding a dirt bike between moving cars spaced about like this at speeds approaching 160 miles an hour. 20-year-old Anthony DeRigo admits he did, and now he's paying the price. This GoPro helmet cam video shows what he saw on Pequannock and Riverdale roads back in December, when DeRigo says he panicked after a cop turned on his blue light.
I was just all in the heat of the moment. I was just nervous. And
you think you panicked?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
DeRigo talked with me at his parents' home in Wanacue, apologetic for what police call an extremely hazardous flight on highways and byways. You can see for yourself some of the narrow calls.
Unbelievably insane disregard for public safety is what pops into my mind.
Cops say they had seen DeRigo do a wheelie, going up on one wheel, which is illegal, but dropped the chase when it became too dangerous. But it took 4 months to track him down, in part thanks to social media and this video a friend posted on YouTube, part of what they call a mocking subculture of motorcyclists against cops. DeRigo says that wasn't his intent, and he won't give up riding.
I've been riding him my entire life, and I don't think I'll ever let him go.
But when I asked him if he'd ride like this again, how will you drive?
Very carefully.
DeRigo has a broken leg from a spill, yes, on his bike a month ago. Police now have his Honda dirt bike along with helmet, camera, laptop, and jacket. A warning to others who might do this. And it isn't that rare, they tell me. DeRigo may get probation instead of jail time, and he could lose his bike, but the biggest penalty may be this: his hopes for the future. because Dorigo has dreams of becoming a cop, more specifically, a state trooper. In Pequannock, Brian Thompson, News 4 New York.
It's a heinous crime against a disabled boy. Police tonight are asking your help finding the thief who stole his wheelchair at Holbrook, Long Island last month. The chair belongs to 10-year-old Cody Vermelier. Cody has leukodystrophy and cerebral palsy. Police told us his chair was taken from the family's SUV, but the family tells us it was taken off their porch. His mom says although Cody can walk a little bit, she needs that chair when he leaves the house. He weighs 60 pounds, and carrying him is a struggle.
The only way I can think about it and not be sad is that somebody needed it, maybe more than we did. Maybe it was somebody homeless who needed to sell it for money and didn't have food, didn't have somewhere to sleep at night.
Well, police say wheelchairs are often stolen and sold for parts or scrap. The family is hoping insurance will cover the chair.
New York City Council will vote on a bill tomorrow that could restrict costume characters to certain areas in Times Square. A committee gave the green light today to a plan that designates commercial zones where workers can ask for tips. The move comes after an uptick of complaints over aggressive panhandling.
All right, let's go back to Janice now for more on this news that we have about the weather.
Yep, it's the rain that's coming, first of all, and the temperatures are going to warm up. Not the perfect timing for all of this, though, because everybody's looking forward to getting out of the deep freeze, and we are going to see another cool down coming up this weekend. But first, let's get to the rain. It's not here yet, but it's on the way. This is a live view from our Top of the Rock camera on the 70th floor of 30 Rock, and view looks pretty here right now. Visibility is pretty good out there tonight. Clouds are rolling through. The temperature is 46 degrees right now in Midtown. It's not going to go much lower than that because of cloud cover and, of course, the surge of warm air that's going to be moving in. Before tomorrow morning, before sunrise, the temperatures will already be in the 50s. Rain and storms tomorrow. Most of the chance for thunderstorms will come in the afternoon. Lighter rain showers the early part of the day. And it stays dry and cool for the Mets on Friday. Now, there might be a leftover shower or sprinkle early in the morning, but most of that rain will be out of there by the time the Mets step up to the mound or to the plate. So not to worry, Mets fans. It is going to cool down behind that. This weekend, the temperatures are back in the 40s for daytime highs. There might be a few light showers on Saturday night. Maybe some of you might see a few snow flurries to the north and west. Not as much as last time, I'm sure. Right now, temperatures range from 39 in Monticello to the mid-50s across parts of Long Island and Connecticut. To the north, we see the coldest air. Back to the south and west, already seeing the 50s to near 60 in Cleveland and Pittsburgh. So that's what's moving our way. With the rain, mind you, it will be coming in the morning. We expect the leading edge with the lighter showers to move through around 7 o'clock. Might see some heavier showers across Long Island. By midday, we're seeing the heavier rain from midday until about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And some of you could get some pretty heavy rain showers with more than an inch expected. Parts of northern New Jersey, through the Catskills, Poconos, over the east end of Long Island. Even downpours are expected around the city with about a ½ inch of rain. So 43 tonight, 30s and 40s generally tonight, and then warming up as we go through the night with gusty south winds. We might see some wind gusts over 30, 40 miles an hour tomorrow afternoon, possibly even up to 50 miles an hour when some of those thunderstorms come through. So just be aware of that. The winds will die down after that going into Friday. It'll be brisk, but not that bad. The weekend, we have to prepare for more chilly temperatures, still below average by some 15 degrees, only in the 40s during the day, but by Sunday, it should be nice and sunny. It's just that Saturday, we'll have a mix of clouds and a few showers here and there. So once again, with the 7-day forecast, we are up and down in the temperature department. Get your rain gear ready for tomorrow. Next big chance for rain after tomorrow will be again next week on Tuesday. And that's the next big warm day when we're back up to 60. Can't seem to coordinate the warm temperatures with the sunshine, but eventually that will happen, probably by the middle of next week.
Okay, it's just not eventually yet.
It's not here yet, no.
All right, so Bruce, there's always times to redeem yourself in sports, and now is it?
I agree. The Yankees didn't really hit yesterday in the opener, but boy, did they make up for it tonight in a big way. Coming up in sports, Starlin Castro continues his ridiculous start as the Bombers live up to their nickname. And we are now less than 4 months away from the Rio Games. We'll hear from 5-time Olympic gold medalist Ryan Lochte, who hopes to dazzle once again this summer in the tropical paradise. That's just ahead.
And here's what Jimmy Fallon has coming up tonight.
Hey guys, Cameron Diaz is here for a game of Drinko. Plus we have John Favreau. Music from Alessia Cara. It is a great show. Do not change the channel, it's good.
Have a tip for New York's biggest I-team? Call 866-NEWS-244 or email tips@NBCNewYork.com. Thursday at 6.
Oh, it broke!
The mayor ordered tougher inspections for cranes after this. Now,
The I-Team takes a closer look at how the city inspects cranes and keeps New Yorkers safe.
more investigations, more answers. Thursday at 6.
You can't predict the market, but through good times and bad, at T. Rowe Price, we've helped our investors stay confident for over 75 years. Call us or your advisor. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
Be eligible for the nicotine patch and gum giveaway. Now available for a limited time through April 13th. Quit smoking today. For free medication and other help, visit nysmokefree.com or call 311 or 866-NY-QUITS.
Honda believes in helping you use your garage to its fullest potential. That's why we're offering great deals on the things you'll want in your garage, like the Honda CR-V. The best-selling SUV in America comes with a standard multi-angle rear-view camera and plenty of cargo space. Great for transporting lots of stuff, say to storage or the dump. Hurry to the Honda Dream Garage sales event. You've got a garage to fill. The most durable, longest-lasting brand in its class has great deals. Now at your Honda dealer.
Oh, I hope we have a buyer for the house.
Me too. What are the neighbors doing here?
Bill, hey!
Hey!
I didn't know your home Wi-Fi could stream so many devices at the same time.
Dad, it's Time Warner Cable. 300 megs, crazy fast.
Dad, you can get Wi-Fi all over this place.
Cool.
Make your home as connected as possible. Get 50 meg internet with unlimited data for $39.99 per month and ask about free installation. Call 1-855-1TWC.
Your path to retirement may not always be clear, but at T. Rowe Price, we can help guide your retirement savings. So wherever your retirement journey takes you, we can help you reach your goals. Call us or your advisor. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
Well, this looks perfectly awful, but rest assured, all the kids got off the school bus before it burst into flames. It happened this morning in Merrick, near Merrick and Kirkwood Avenues. That bus started to smoke, so the driver called another bus to come and pick up the children. After they boarded the second bus, their original bus caught fire. Well, the kids all got to school safely, and nobody, fortunately, was hurt.
And a special moment for a little girl who is losing her eyesight. Pope Francis blessed her out of the Vatican today. 5-year-old Lizzie Myers of Ohio suffers from Usher syndrome. It's a genetic disease that leads to blindness and hearing loss. Lizzie and her parents went to the Pope's general audience in St. Peter's Square. Afterwards, Pope Francis talked to the family and touched Lizzie's face and eyes as a blessing.
Well, tonight, the world of country music is mourning the loss of a giant. Singer Merle Haggard died today, his 79th birthday.
A place where even squares can have a ball.
Haggard's manager confirmed the singer, known for Okie from Muskogee, died from pneumonia at his home in California. He released his debut single album back in 1962, recorded nearly 40 #1 country singles, and wrote for other artists, including Dolly Parton, Vince Gill, and the Grateful Dead. We'll be right back.
A young American soldier, a mysterious French girl, and the love affair that's stolen Broadway's heart. An American in Paris, the spectacular Tony Award winner the Wall Street Journal calls a big-hearted, spare-no-expense masterpiece. See why Paris has become the toast of New York. An American in Paris. Set your heart racing.
I've been a plumber for over 10 years. My bills are paid, but Mayor de Blasio's bad housing policies change everything. People like us depend on the rent money that landlords put back into their buildings. When landlords don't have enough money for building improvements, it puts people out of work. Why can't Mayor de Blasio see that? Housing policies should be fair to everyone. Mayor de Blasio's bad housing policies are bad for affordable housing and working people like me.
Tonight, Fallon has Cameron Diaz playing Drinko.
That was so disgusting.
Plus, Jon Favreau, Alessia Cara, and Chad Smith. New Fallon. Seth Meyers welcomes Lena Dunham and Ashley Greene. New Late Night with Seth. NBC Tonight.
intelligent all-new Audi A4 is here. Experience the all-new Audi A4 at your local dealer.
Stanley Steamer is the first carpet cleaning service certified asthma and allergy friendly. It's our new standard of clean. Call about our $99 carpet cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner.
Give my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Herald Square. I am that Yankee.
Cagney, the new musical about Hollywood's tough guy in tap shoes. Telecharge.com.
Fios is not cable. We're wired differently. We guarantee to make switching easier. We'll show up on time. You're right on time. As promised, to install Fios and set up the Wi-Fi that Janet, Jamie, Jenny, Gemma, and Jasmine need on their birthday.
Thank you.
For all their new devices.
You can't break me.
You want a piece of cake?
Our Switcher's Guarantee makes it easy to get 100 meg internet plus TV and phone for just $69.99 per month online. Cable can't offer these speeds at this price. Only Fios can.
The Verizon Fios Sports Desk is brought to you by Verizon Fios. Leave slow internet behind. Get Fios.
Well, they may have blown it yesterday, but they were in it to win it today.
It's a long, long season.
Yeah.
The Yankee season started with a dud yesterday against the Astros. But as they say, the beautiful thing about baseball is you get to play the very next day. The Yankees sent 12 men to the plate in the first inning, with starter Colin McHugh already out of the ball game. Starlin Castro greets reliever Michael Feliz with a single up the middle to make it 6-1 Bombers. And Michael Pineda needed the run support. In the top of the second, George Springer unloads a grand slam to left off Pineda, who surrendered 6 runs on 3 homers. But the offense bailed him out. Castro blasting his first home run as a Yankee. This 3-run shot makes it 9-6 Bombers. The new second baseman has driven in 7 runs in his first 2 games with the ball club. And Mark Teixeira caught the long ball fever, drilling his first home run of the new season. A 3-run shot for Tex. The Yankees bounced back impressively, 16-6 the final. With the Knicks a robust 8-16 under interim coach Kurt Rambis, the question is, why would Phil Jackson remove the interim tag? But according to ESPN New York, the Knicks president is pushing to give Rambis a multi-year deal. Before the game, Rambis said he'd welcome dropping the interim tag. Make that 8-17 under Rambis, as the Knicks hung tough with the playoff-bound Hornets, but couldn't get over the hump. Kemba Walker ices it with the pull-up trifecta with under 90 seconds to play. He had 34, 111-97 the final. The Nets were blown out in Washington, 121-103. It seems that no team alive could beat the UConn Huskies. Last night, the women won a record 4th straight national title. They returned home to Connecticut late this afternoon and held a rally back on campus at Gamble Pavilion in Stores. UConn's average winning margin was nearly 40 points per game in the tournament. It's the 11th national championship for head coach Gino Auriemma, one more than the legendary John Wooden of the great UCLA men's teams. The Masters begins tomorrow at Augusta National. No Tiger Woods for the second time in 3 years. Today, the ever-popular par 3 contest. A record 9 hole-in-ones today. Yes, 9. But none more special than this. 80-year-old Gary Player on the 7th hole. He hits the middle of the green, and watch this. This is pure magic. The 3-time Masters champion and South African legend still has the magic touch as it drops in for an ace. His playing partners, Jack Nicklaus and Tom Watson, get all pumped up. Pretty amazing stuff. Beautiful. We are less than 4 months away from the games of the 31st Olympiad. And tonight in Tribeca, WNBC and Telemundo held a 2016 Rio Olympics party.